Back in 1990 to 1996, there was a rare Uranus-Neptune conjunction in Capricorn that only happens around every 170 years that gave birth to a generation of spiritual influencers who make use of technology, the internet, and the media to raise consciousness around this world. Uranus represents forgotten unconscious knowledge that gets unlocked at certain times of certain transits. Neptune represents getting to know spiritual knowledge and applying it to oneself and to life. The conjunction started to get closer around 1990 and it ended around 1996. Anyone born between these years will have Uranus conjunct Neptune in their natal chart within a 5-degree orb. Many would say that this conjunction would have caused crazy world events to happen. However, Neptune and Uranus conjunctions work more on an inner capacity for the human as opposed to the external world, meaning that society as a whole would experience a shift in their consciousness and overall perception. After this conjunction, there has been a slow opening up of the eyes in humanity, and when the Uranus-Neptune conjunction natives come of age, which is now, they will start to open the eyes of humanity towards the more spiritual aspects of life through the use of technology. Uranus is the harbor of change, and Neptune is the spiritual planet, so this aspect influences major changes in people's spiritual understanding, especially in relation to current structures and traditions. The internet and how the internet spreads information to everyone is a sure manifestation of the Uranus-Neptune conjunction. During and after this conjunction is when the internet really started to take off. People born in this generation makes use of the internet to create public awareness. This generation will bring an end to the ignorance of the political and social issues out there and make people aware of it. This conjunction has recently been woken up by the transit of Pluto through Capricorn in 2017 and 2018, and then by Saturn in 2019. These outer planet conjunctions activated the powers of the Neptune-Uranus generation, and from 2017 onwards, you can really see the natives coming forward and making changes. Saturn signifies limitations and structures, and Pluto is known to be the destroyer. Uranus is an unconventional and rebellious planet, and Neptune is the spiritual planet. The 1990 to 1996 generation is now breaking down the old limitations and structures that society has created through their rebellious and completely unorthodox way of being. This generation is now breaking down the more conservative way of seeing things, and they are making the world more and more aware of stepping outside the box and also more aware about spiritual awareness. The individuals born with the Neptune-Uranus conjunction have the following traits that make them unique and make them stand out. They have a unique and fresh approach to spirituality, religion, and morals. They possess freedom of expression through the internet, and most of them say their say without any fear. They live life without being limited by restrictions of their family traditions, religion, or cultures. Many of them will move away from their families if their families are too traditional. They do not allow themselves to be boxed in by society's standards. They have extremely creative imaginations. They possess creative genius, and most of them come up with the most amazing, unconventional inventions and ways to spread cosmic knowledge and insight. They are trendsetters. Generally, what they do inspires others. They are comfortable in their uniqueness and with what makes them different. They do not shy away from the public eye, and they are not shy to express their opinions to the public and to be ridiculed for their opinions. The entire generation has heightened spiritual awareness, and they share this with the world, especially through the internet. They possess the ability to tap into mass consciousness, so they can sense what the community needs for their well-being, and they can sense the suffering and pain in the world around them. They have a neutral, unbiased way of relaying information so that it can be accepted and taken in by all. During the Uranus and Neptune transit, society experienced a shift in their belief system. Around the conjunction is when people really started gaining access to new technologies, and it was when things started changing at a fast pace in our world in terms of technology. Uranus rejects tradition and it encourages change. These natives take the social responsibility onto their hands to help create awareness of spirituality for the masses. This generation has the best ability to do this and to influence the greater consciousness, more than previous generations were able to through making use of the internet and technology, which does count in their favor. They take it into their responsibility to change the world and to create a spiritual awareness in this world. This group is very focused on a beautiful future and they want to create one. They can see how things are going currently and it hurts them to know that the world is becoming darker. The Uranus-Neptune conjunction generation wants to bring light to this world. These people want what is best for all and for the whole world. This group puts a big accentuation onto personal freedom, oneness, and brotherhood. I have noticed a massive influx of spiritual influences that are of the 1990 to 1996 age group. I do believe that within the next 10 to 20 years, this generation will completely break down and restructure the current political systems that we have. This generation can intuitively see through the selfish and narcissistic intentions and motivations of our current leaders and people in general. And at some point, they will bring this to light and make the mass consciousness aware of this, which will eventually lead to the current system breaking down due to the masses not supporting it anymore based on having a new perception. This generation can also notice where their parents and previous generations went wrong. This will be the first generation to rule the world in a fair, just manner for all, as opposed to with selfish motivations that the current leaders have. This generation has the ability to create a world through their spread of knowledge, through technology, and their spiritual awareness. This group is willing to fight for freedom and equality, and they will likely do this at some point in their lives. The young ones of this generation are incredibly inspirational. They will implement a sense of balance between the power of the people and the power of the state. They will urge a rapid change in the structures of our world, and this will also be done by creating spiritual awareness. These people tend to gravitate toward and attract other spiritual individuals. They have very little tolerance for selfish motivations that disadvantage others, and they usually speak up against this. This conjunction also started a collective awakening towards the spiritual way of life. It made people open their eyes to a new, better way of living. Our world is made of many illusions, half-truths and truths. The Uranus-Neptune generation is about taking the illusions and half-truths and showing the truth to the masses, and taking that truth to create a better world. Okay guys, so this is my take on the Uranus-Neptune conjunction. As I always say, these are only my opinions, so please don't believe anything I said unless it resonates with you and you feel it in your heart. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see some more astrology content, then subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything to add, please let me know in the comments. I've added my links to my social media and my Fiverr in the description to this video in case you want to connect with me. See you guys next time!